Hey everyone, Mr. Washam here. We're going to continue our discussion in chemistry about atoms. And so as we talked about last week, the atom is comprised of three subatomic particles. And those three subatomic particles are the proton, the electron, and the neutron. And so the proton has a positive charge, the electron has a negative charge, the neutral has no charge. And we were talking about drawing an atom, and we said this is the kind of common shape for an atom. And we say that the protons and the neutrons are located in the center of the atom called the nucleus. And then the electrons are located around the outside. So whenever we were drawing atoms, let's just use boron as an example. Whenever we were drawing atoms, boron's number is 5. So boron has 5 protons, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And boron has 6 neutrons, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, in the nucleus. So a lot of us would draw it like that, and then we would make a shell or an orbital around the outside, and it has 5 electrons, so we would draw it like that. And I said that's okay, but it's not 100% correct. So now I want to show you the 100% correct way to do this. So you need to add this to your notes, and in your notes what you want to add is title it Drawing Atoms. So whenever we draw atoms, it goes in this order. 1, there's the nucleus. And the nucleus still contains the protons and neutrons. And then second, you're going to draw around the outside, which we're going to refer to as orbitals. Now remember, you also might hear it called shells or electron cloud, but we're going to use the term orbitals for the outside. And so on the outside are the orbitals. There can be up to 4 orbitals, at least in this class. As far as we're going to go is 4. It goes way beyond that. But for the purpose of our class, we're just going to use 4 orbitals. So orbital number 1, orbital number 2, orbital number 3, and orbital number 4. So there's our 4 orbitals around the outside, and each orbital can only hold a certain number of electrons. Orbital 1 can hold 2 electrons. That's it, just 2. Alright? Orbital 2 can hold 8 electrons. Orbital 3 also holds 8 electrons. And orbital 4 can hold up to 12 electrons. So whenever you're drawing your atoms from now on, you draw the nucleus first, you put the protons and neutrons in it, and then around the outside in your orbitals, you can use up to 4 orbitals if needed, depending on how many electrons you need. And just make sure that you put no more than 2 electrons in the first, 8 in the second, 8 in the third, and up to 12 in the fourth, and you fill these in order. So let's do a couple of examples to show how that works. So examples. I'll go back to our example of boron that we were doing earlier. So again, boron is number 5. Alright? So whenever we draw boron, we're going to start by, in the middle, putting the protons and neutrons. And so we'll start in the nucleus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 protons. 6 neutrons. And then we're going to go ahead and draw our first shell. And we draw our first shell, we know it can hold 2 electrons. Alright? We have 5 total. So we'll go ahead and do 2 of them. 1, 2. And now we need to draw 3 more. So you go ahead and draw your second shell. Remember, the second shell can hold 8 electrons. However, we only need to put 3 in there to get up to 5. We already have 2, 1, 2, so let's put 1, 2, 3. And so now I have correctly drawn boron. There's my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 electrons. Using the first shell, hold 2. Second shell can hold 3. Pretty easy, right? All right, let's go ahead and do another one. And so for this one, let's do neon. All right, neon is number 10. And so in this case, I have 10 protons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And it has 10 neutrons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I'm going to go ahead and draw the first shell. And I know I can put 2 in there. 1, 2. I got to get up to 10. I've already used 2, so I got to use 8 more. So in this case, I would use the whole second shell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I've now used 8 in the second shell, 2 in the first shell, which equals 10. So there are 2 examples for using protons, neutrons, and electrons, drawing it the correct way. Using our orbitals. Remember, 2 in the first, 8 in the second. You can go up to 8 in the third, and 12 more in the fourth. So total here, you could do 30 electrons if we needed to. So we could go all the way up to element number 30. Remember, whenever drawing your protons, neutrons, and electrons, remember your 3 colors. So whatever color you designate for protons, make sure you are drawing those in that color. Whatever color you're designating for your neutrons, make sure you're drawing it in that color. And whatever color you're designating for your electrons, make sure you use that color. Alright, there's your notes for today. How to draw an atom correctly. Yep.